Hi, friends. We are live. Every time I think I cleaned my back room, it's not clean, even though this is an improvement to what it was before. Okay, so we're live. Ignore that on the floor. Look at this peep. I just filmed a video. It changes the color of the freaking settings because I'm here with a freaky webcam. But I just filmed a video for this. I'm hoping it's good. But I filmed it like right as the sun was rising because I wanted to wake up early in case I had any difficulties filming. But so that's done. So as the title suggests, we're gonna do some catch ups. I'm just gonna wait a couple seconds. So I have been looking for a job and I have gotten interviews, a couple here and there. The only reason I haven't mentioned it in videos is just because then I have to update you on whether or not I got the job. So I just rather wait until I get a job and then be like, I got the job, instead of being like, yeah, I have an interview for this clinic and this shelter and this and that. So that's what's been going on with the job stuff. Hanging in there. We're doing it, uploading as many videos as I can until I can find a job, that sort of thing. And it's been fine, like, hanging in there. I put on my faux freckles, by the way, in case you could see them. I don't naturally have freckles. I wish I did. I totally wish I was born with freckles. So, yeah, I'm going to do a more formal video updating on this stuff too. But I figured I would go live since I am charging my camera up so I can take these peeps to the living room. Every time I do that, it changes. I want to take these peeps to the living room so that I can take some photos for a thumbnail. So while that charges, I figured I would be here. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to just post on Instagram that I'm live. See if anyone comes by. What else are we talking about? The wedding postponement. Yeah. Well, I want to wait a second before I get to that. But yeah, my wedding's supposed to be in the fall. Might have to push it to winter if that's even possible. But then, um, you know, I don't know if my fiance will be able to get time off for that day or for like a different day because everyone already took their vacation days. So everything's a hot mess. Everything is a hot mess. Um, Let me just share this. And yeah, I might not have this video up as long as I normally do, like with the others. Just kind of depends, but we'll see. I don't even know how to share a live stream unless this button does it. Ah, yes, for Twitter. Oh, this is the video link. Perfect. Sorry, guys. I'm new to this. Also, let me share it on Twitter since I'm here. So yeah, we might be postponing the wedding. It just kind of depends. So half of my wedding is paid for already, like the deposit for the venue and the permit is paid for, but there's a couple other expenses that aren't, and they're expenses that I can't just skip. Oh my gosh, my computer froze. Okay, I was like, it's gonna be frozen. Um, there's Okay. So there's a lot of expenses that I can't skip. So for example, a hotel room I have to get, even if I live in New York City, even if yeah, I'm all over the place. Yeah, so I can't just skip the hotel room because the makeup artist and the hairstylist have to meet me in a hotel room in Manhattan, which is where my wedding is taking place. So I can't just be like, you know what, I'll skip the hotel room and they can come to my house instead because it goes against the contract. So a hotel room is something that I can't skip, and a hotel room in Manhattan, hi, a hotel room in Manhattan is not cheap. Plus, I mean, you can find it cheap, you can, but because I kind of want to do my first look in before the ceremony, like a first look with my fiance, like the first time we see each other in our formal, my dress and his suit. I wanted to do it, this was my idea, on a patio, like on a balcony, because certain hotel rooms in Manhattan have like a patio balcony and it overlooks the city or the park or the water, depending on where you're at. And those can be expensive. And I know, like that's like something I can definitely let go of. Like I should just be like, you know what, I'm just gonna get a random hotel room and we could do the first look somewhere else. But realistically speaking, there is no other place. I guess we could just wait for us to walk down the aisle and all that stuff. It's a mess because we're doing our wedding a little bit later in the day than what I would have wanted. I really wish I could go back and change it, but I can't because there's weddings lined up before me and after me because we're doing it in a public location. We're doing it in the park. So ideally, I would have had that wedding sooner than morning, like 10 a.m., because that way when we get our photos, there's less people in the shot. And I know I shouldn't care about that, but because my engagement pictures came out so well, um, I kind of just want them to be like that too. But for our engagement pictures, we met our photographer in Central Park at sunrise. So that's why so many of our shots don't with the famous like Central Park fountain and the freaking terrace. Like none of those pictures have people in the back because we went so early and my photographer is really good at what he does. But for the wedding, it's a different photographer. I can't change it at this point. And I know she's good, but we're working at 12 a.m. Like the ceremony is going to end at like what, 12:30. Central Park's going to be packed, even if it's winter, even if it's fall or winter. It's just going to be a bit of a disaster. I mean, it's not. It's going to be fine. I got to just stop being so picky. Oh my gosh, there's construction. Sorry if you hear that. If you hear that drilling, I know. So I need the money for the hotel room, preferably terrace something, and then I would need money for like tipping because we have to tip our vendors, right? I mean, I think you have to like we would tip any other way, right? So the photographer, the wedding planner, we're gonna have like a bridal assistant. This all came in a package. Like I'm not, we didn't pay extra for all these things. It was like packages. So I would assume I would have to like tip them, right? That it feels weird not to. So we have to save up for that to make sure we can tip them a good, nice amount, and then a little wedding cake. The good news is we're not doing a reception. I mean, that's good news for my wallet. That's bad news for just me because I would have loved to have not a reception, but what I wanted was a picnic with my friends and stuff. And again, that can't happen. But the company that we used for Kate, like the costs just add up so much. And when you're currently jobless, I don't have enough. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough months to save up in the way that I would want to. So that's why we would be postponing. Like we can technically try to do it in the fall. It's just it would be the same. And there's no money for a honeymoon either. So if we're doing a honeymoon, it's really just us being in that hotel room for a couple of days and like wandering around the city, which you could do any day really. But our original honeymoon idea was to go to Disney World because I've never been to Disney World. I've never been to Disneyland, but it just doesn't feel right to do it under these circumstances, especially when so much in that park has changed from what I've seen through like YouTubers and stuff, like the mask rules. And I don't mind wearing a mask, but if you're paying so much for an experience like Disney World to like live on campus, not on campus, whatever, like to be in the hotel rooms and stuff, and certain things are no longer there, certain features are no longer available, but you're still paying the same amount of money, it just doesn't make sense for us to go to Disney World right now. Like maybe like 3 or 4 years from now when things are different and like the parades are back and like not that I want to meet the characters, but I don't know, there's certain things in Disney World that I heard are not the same, like the dining and stuff. So I'm not going to pay thousands of dollars to not have the experience. I mean, if it was cheaper, we would do it. But yeah, so we're not going to go to Disney World for our honeymoon. Probably just going to stay in the city, keep it safe. I wanted to go to like this cheesy Poconos resort, like the ones that have like the heart-shaped bathtubs or like the martini, like hot tubs and stuff. Did I say bathtubs, hot tubs, whatever? Those things are really fun, and I really want to do that. It's very retro. It's very like 70s, 80s type thing. But again, money, 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 money. And we have cats and guinea pigs, and trying to get someone to take care of our pets while we're gone, it's just a little bit stressful. So probably gonna keep it low key for our honeymoon. I don't care. We have a blast no matter where we are. It's just being able to afford the ceremony that I'm a little bit nervous about. So I'm hoping I can get a job at some point. If you missed what I said earlier, because I get a lot of comments and people be like, "Oh, you should try this, you should try that," which are really helpful and really nice that people are looking out for me and trying to help me get a job. I've had some interviews here and there, just nothing has come to fruition just yet. Some things just don't work schedule wise with me when taking certain jobs. So I'm still waiting to hear from a job in particular that I really, really want. So I keep like refreshing my emails every day just to see if I get anything. But yeah, so that's why we might be moving the wedding just a little bit. That drilling is killing me. I'm glad I woke up super early today just so that I wouldn't have to deal with that. And I was like, oh, maybe they're not going to come at all because yesterday they came at 7 a.m. Now it's 10:20 and they're starting to drill. But yeah, so hotel room is what we need. that we don't already have. I already have shoes paid for. I have my dress. I have my veil. It's not a veil. I'm not wearing a veil. I have, what do I have? We have a cake topper that hasn't gotten here yet, but we have a cake topper. And yeah, so it's going to be a very small wedding. It's just the ceremony. So it's just me, my fiance, my parents, and maybe my brother. That's it. I would have liked to include people in the ceremony itself, but we're going to be taking photos 2 hours after. And I feel weird telling my guests, hey, just wander around the park while we go take pictures. You know what I mean? Because there's no set venue. It takes place in a park, like a public park. So to tell my guests like, oh, just wander around for 2 hours while we take pictures, it just doesn't make sense to me. Theoretically, if we do the wedding, we can just low key have a dinner with friends, depending again on how regulations are. Restaurants are starting to open up again. It's a hot mess. Like there's so many different things that are affecting this wedding that I don't know um, what we're going to do. Like theoretically, if I got a job now, I could save as much as possible, get enough money for the hotel room, get enough money to tip all our vendors, get enough money maybe to do like a very low key kind of reception, really just like a dinner with friends. That's really, really, that's really, really what I want. It's just a dinner with friends so we can just celebrate getting married and stuff. And that's it. Cause we're not going to go on a honeymoon. We're not leaving New York City. Maybe New York City. Maybe we can go upstate for something, like a cabin or something. I always wanted to do that. I've seen a lot of my friends do that recently. I had some friends go up to Maine. I've always wanted to go up to Maine. I would settle for like upstate New York, honestly. I haven't really traveled much in the States. I've only gone to like New Jersey, Connecticut. I think that's it. And like Colombia overseas. That's it. I've never gone to Florida. I've never gone to California. I've never gone to Chicago, anything. So I would love to travel, but obviously right now, not really. So yeah, if I get a job, that's what's going to happen. That's where all that money is going to, aside from keeping me afloat for bills. But I've consolidated all of my debt, which I haven't talked about. And I know that can be weird for certain people. Like certain people feel like there's different ways of handling credit card debt. For my situation, it just made the most sense to consolidate it all. So that's why I've been able to stay afloat, because it's just one payment a month instead of paying all these minimum balances or more than a minimum for all my credit card, the debt that I'm in. It's just simpler to just do one payment at a time. And it's going really well. I'm on like the third month of that. So that's why I don't know if anyone watched my how much I make in YouTube. That's how I'm able to live off of such a small amount, because I'm only doing payments once a month. So yeah, that's happening. So if I do get a job, that's where all the money is going. Hotel room, right? Hotel room, like tip for vendors. There's something I need. I just don't remember. A suit. We need my fiance's suit because we're not going to reuse the one. I mean, we're going to reuse the one that he took for our engagement pictures, our really nice engagement pictures. That's going to be used for a wedding that we're visiting, my very first wedding. I've never been to a wedding. No, I've never been to a wedding, but I've invited to one for my favorite coworker. So I'm gonna go to her wedding in June. So my fiance is gonna use his suit for that because it's a beautiful suit. And I don't know, I need a dress for that, but we'll figure that out later. So we'll need his suit for him. I already have my cake toppers. They're super cute. Do you guys want to see? They're not here yet. They shipped from Lithuania, which is funny because that's also where I got my dress from. So my wedding dress is paid for. I paid it off exactly a year ago. It's been done. It's paid for. It just hasn't shipped yet because there's no reason for her to send it to me so early, because she hand makes it and I need to give her my measurements and yada, yada, yada. Okay. So it might not show well, but you can't see it, sort of. Wait, let me take my brightness down. It's two birds. The theme is lovebird. Oh, there you go. Yeah. So I'm very into birds. I love birds. I love working with birds. So it's two little birds and a red heart and then just a reef around it. We're going to pop it into a cake, probably from Trader Joe's or something. Or what is it? Magnolia Bakery. Like wedding cakes can be super, super expensive. But because we're not doing a ceremony, we're not doing a reception, it's just going to be me, my parents eating it, and my fiance and my brother if he comes. So that'll be fine. That's how we're going to do it. We already have my rings, so we would need to buy my fiance's wedding band. So that'll be good. That's fine. I already know where I'm getting it and it's not too bad. And then this is where we don't have a ring bearer, like a person walking down the aisle holding the rings. It's generally, hi Sabrina, thank you. It's generally little kids, right? Ring bearers or kids. I don't know. I've never been to a wedding, can you tell? It's like a little plate, a little bowl with a little ring. And yeah, it's gonna be cute. Well, we're gonna make do with what we have. Our wedding budget is definitely a lot lower, even without like the pandemic. Like our wedding budget is definitely not 20,000, which is like the average rate for weddings in New York City. I mean, I've heard that, but I heard that's an outdated quote. Like I hear it's a lot realistically more than $20,000, which is crazy. Like, I wish my budget could be $20,000 for a wedding because I could definitely make do with that. But in New York City, it's so expensive, and it's so funny because I look at a lot of wedding planning videos, and people will be like, "Oh, if you want to look for a cheaper venue, go to your local parks or go to your local museums." And like the museum in New York City to to rent it for a wedding is like, I think last I checked was over 50,000, depending on what room you're choosing. So it just in New York City doesn't make sense. In the Botanical Gardens here in New York City, the Brooklyn one was like 8,000, and that's without like catering and stuff to do a wedding. But there's a really pretty location in Brooklyn Botanical Gardens that I really wanted to do. So it's just, I don't know. There's a local botanical gardens near me that was a lot cheaper and it's beautiful, but the reviews are really bad for the customer service. So I was like, I'm not gonna risk that. So we're just doing it in a park with my family, and that's it. And I'm really happy, and I love my dress. Like I'm super excited. If you've ever seen my engagement dress video, I got it on Etsy. I got my wedding dress from the same person. She's amazing. She's super talented. And yeah, I ordered it a year ago because I knew what I wanted. I don't think my mom's gonna like it. My mom is super conservative, super traditional, and what I've realized is she doesn't like, it's an A-line skirt, but she doesn't like big poofy dresses, which I would think she would like, but I guess not. The reason probably is because I'm so short. I'm 5 feet. So I think she thinks it overwhelms me. But joke's on her because the wedding dress is puffy too. It's an A-line, but yeah, it's big. It's not that big, I don't think, but it's poofy. It's not like a skin tight thing. And it's not white either, because white does not look good on me. Um, yeah. So we'll see what happens with the wedding. So we talked about the wedding. Did we talk about the job? If you'd missed it, I have some job interviews. I've had like things are still working out. Once I get a job, I'll definitely let everyone know because people have been so kind and leaving all these like encouragements and these suggestions on places to apply. So that's going. It's in progress. What else were we talking about? Wedding postponement. We might move it to December just because of budget reasons. I haven't been working. I haven't been saving money. I'm not getting unemployment. Unemployment's so annoying because, okay, so I've never had an issue before with this, but apparently this year I owe money to the IRS because I guess taxes weren't being withheld from my unemployment benefits. I stopped getting them in October anyway. So I've gone from October to March without any sort of help whatsoever, except for like the stimulus checks. And that's weird to me because I've never had an issue with owing the IRS any money for my unemployment. Well, maybe the settings changed and I didn't realize. I don't know. But now that we figured it out, I'm not even going to try to get my unemployment back. Even if I change it so that they do take taxes, like it's not even worth it to me. Now I have to pay back a whole bunch of money instead of receiving any money. So I'm bummed about that. And same thing applied to my dad. My dad got a lot more unemployment help than I did. No one in this family is working except for my brother. So yeah, that's annoying. So yeah, unemployment. What else are we talking about? I think that's it. I'm gonna do a peep video. I did a video for this. It went really well. Like stuffed animal videos do well for some reason. So these are from Target, 12 bucks. If you have any kids in your life or if you're an adult that loves stuffed animals, there is no shame. This is $12 at Target. There's an even better version at Walmart, but there's no Walmarts in New York City. They're all outside of New York City. So I can't go. I don't have a car. I don't have a license. Um, yeah. So those are 12 bucks. I compared it to the Build-A-Bear one, which is $30, $28, no, $24. It depends on what bundle you pick. So that's a video that's coming up. If you have any kids, those are really cute. They're really, really fun. And that's a Build-A-Bear seat right there. I did a video about working at Build-A-Bear, and that video has been doing really well too. So I did a video also, it hasn't gone up yet, about working at an animal shelter. And I have a feeling that's not going to go as well because it's not like a branded place like Build-A-Bear, Barnes& and Noble, that type of thing. So we'll see how it does. You know, I shared my experiences working at an animal shelter, which was my first job ever. And it was probably one of the hardest, most draining as 16-year-old because you're dealing with a lot of death. But I go into it in depth over there. What else can we talk about? There's drilling. So I'm glad I got my videos done. I woke up at like 6 o'clock to film because I knew this was going to be an issue. It's either the house down there or the house across the street. Like they're both under construction at all times. They start so early and they finish so late. So I don't know. Also, I got a scrub from Lush. This is Funfetti cake. So it smells really good. Yes, there's a Lush haul coming soon, but I have to refilm it because I look crazy in that video. So I might just take the close-ups from that video and then put it in a new video. I should have filmed that today. They usually go to lunch at like 1 or 2, so maybe I'll try to film that then. I'm also wearing faux freckles. I don't really have freckles. I wish I did. These are from ColourPop. It's $8. They're not bad. What else? What else? I think we're gonna wrap things up soon. We've been talking for 20 minutes. Um, Let me see if there's anything else I have to update you guys on. Jobs, unemployment, wedding. I'm really stressed about my wedding. Like, I really hope it just goes well, just because it's gonna be more of a hassle to move it. Um, but we'll see. Just because my fiance works full time, so he already took his dedicated days off in October for it. So to switch it to December, it depends on who else is available. And if we only have 2 days for a wedding, or like a wedding and a honeymoon, that's gonna be really sad. Like, I want a minimum of like 3 days together as our honeymoon. You know what I mean? Whatever. Anyway, what else can we talk about? I have my tarot cards here, my second channel. I did a video actually recently. I don't even know if I should talk about it. I did a video where I was like, it's like a story time talking about like living with conservative, traditional, very strict, like Hispanic family. And it reared off into like religion, and like I feel like that's a very tricky. Oh, I have a review for this, but not a review, like a flip through for this Bible. Religion can be a very tricky conversation. I grew up Catholic and then converted to Protestant. Now I don't know. My church was very homophobic, so I was like, I can't. But now I'm curious about the Bible. So that is from Amazon. It's a very beautiful edition. I've never read. Can you believe that I've never read the Bible before, front to back or anything at all? Like I've never read it. The only story I was familiar with prior to it was like the story of Moses, and that's because of the Prince of Egypt, the movie. So I'm reading it slowly because I'm starting with the Old Testament, but people keep saying don't do that to yourself. Start with the New Testament, but I feel like I should go in order. But it's just a little hard. Like, there's a lot of animal sacrifice in the Old Testament. It's just a lot. But I've always believed in God and Jesus and stuff like that. It's just certain things from like my local church or churches that I didn't like. So whatever. Well, I'll do that a video. I'll make that into a video. We'll see how that video does. Hopefully I don't offend anyone. But what else am I going to talk about? Yeah, I think that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to get back to it. So I'm going to bring out all of these little bears to the kitchen, not kitchen, to the living room. I'm going to take some photos for the thumbnail. Then I'm going to edit everything that I filmed. Hope that they go to lunch so that I can keep filming. And then, oh my goodness, look at this. Oh, I just dropped a bunch of things. How cute. $6. Like I said, if you have kids, then you can, there you go. It's too big for this. But I got this at Target as well because I was trying to find cute things. They mostly just have food. There's also some Peep hand sanitizers if you're curious at Target. I love Target. Target's my favorite. Okay, what else? Because I feel like as soon as I hang up, I'm gonna forget something. But I think that's it. I'm uploading 3 times a week. I'm also uploading twice a week. I'm going to try to upload twice a week on Cosmic Bunny. If you like tarot and stuff like that, spirituality. Yeah, hopefully this wedding happens. That's really what's been weighing so heavily on my mind. Like, I would deal with getting a job that's not in the animal field for this year, just so I can afford the wedding. And then next year we can figure out my actual career and like getting a full-time job. My husband's my husband. Oh my God, I just called him my husband. My fiance is a zookeeper. So ideally I would be one too, but that's proving to be harder. It's hard to get into that door. There's a whole lot in that industry, but hopefully I get this job that I want because it's a step in the right direction in terms of working in the animal field. But we'll see. If not, I'll take, like I said, I'm applying to everything. Like, I'll take any other job if it means being able to afford to. Hi. Thank you. It's what was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. That's my best friend. We were just talking about you. Or were we, or was that a video? I think I filmed a video. Whatever. Anyway, yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'll take any job, I'll do it. I was thinking of applying to Lush, but Lush has really bad reviews from people that have worked there because they really make you like approach people, like they really force that type of interaction, and I hate that as a consumer. And as, like, I'm sure working there, I would hate having to. We kind of had to do that at Build-A-Bear. I didn't mention that in the video. Like, as soon as someone enters, you're supposed to ask them an open ended questions to keep the conversation rolling. But some people just like to look around. Like I just like to look around sometimes. I want to go to Build-A-Bear to see if they have some Winnie the Pooh stuffed animals. I always say Winnie the Pooh. Whatever. Anyway, thank you so much if you made it. I will see you very soon with another video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, I might leave this on, like on my page. We'll see. Or I might delete it. I don't know. We'll see. Bye, guys. Have a good day. Oh, I always have to double click. Have a good day.